Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about the upcoming 6 Warrior Quest Prelude that is going to be dropping to global default very soon. We're going to be talking about some of the things that you should know before this event drops. We're also going to be talking about the upcoming fight as well, because there are plenty of mechanics that you need to know about with these two bosses. And we're also going to be talking about some recommendations for this fight as well, in terms of characters between BT units and LD units, and call abilities that I would recommend you use in this fight. Now, of course, I won't be able to cover every single character that would be a good recommendation for this upcoming fight, but I went ahead and just put together a list with me and some of the other content creators in my Discord server. We put together a small list for you guys, you know, to kind of give you like a basic idea of like what they can do with this upcoming 6 Warrior Quest. So yeah guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first 6 Warrior Quest will be Lufenia plus difficulty. You'll be able to swap between sub-characters in battle once per turn. Now, sub-characters' EX recast gauge does fill as the fight progresses. You can revive characters that are in the other team. So let's say per save, if your main team all of a sudden gets KO'd, and if you have like, let's say a character that is able to revive, like example Aerith will be able to revive one of your characters from the team that got KO, and you know, she can keep doing it over and over whenever she has her turn. So that can actually be very convenient for some players. Now, when the boss is about to use a very high damaging HP attack, their target symbol will highlight in red, which I have a screenshot that you guys will see here in just a bit. Now, this event also introduces the HP threshold's abilities on their HP gauge, which is the little lines, those little slashes or forward slashes that you see on the HP bar. You'll be able to see the boss details screen in battle. So pretty much the boss details where that you look before you jump into the fight, where you're trying to figure out like what the Lufenia orb condition is, what their attacks are, etc, etc. You'll be able to see that while you are in the fight. Now, looking into the fight, we'll go over some important things about this fight. The bigger robot boss will change positions at a certain amount of turns. While it's on the ground, it is weak to magic, but will nullify physical attacks, aka melee and range. So basically, whatever brave hits it is that you're trying to do, yeah, it's not gonna work out for you. Like, you're gonna be doing zeros pretty much. While in the air, it will be weak to physical attacks, but it will nullify magical attacks. Now, whenever it lands or jumps into the air, it will cleanse all debuffs and change resistances. It will also grant itself and its teammates the framed buffs, which those framed buffs can get annoying. So you want to make sure that you do your very best to try to dispel them from the enemies. And it will also, or this boss will also inflict 5 framed debuffs to all party members on a separate ability, which is its dangerous attack, which there is a screenshot indicating that it is about to attack you with its dangerous attack. And hopefully you can see that little screenshot that I posted right there. Now, the other enemy has 2 different auras that shouldn't be taken lightly. The blue aura will reduce brave and HP damage taken. It can also grant itself the absolute defense aura that will reduce your attacks to nothing, like literally nothing. You can do whatever you want to it, and it will reduce it to nothing. You need to let it attack you with its dangerous attack to cancel it. Now, the red aura can be dangerous because it will keep hitting you with HP attacks. The other thing you got to be very careful with is that at the percentages you will see in the screenshot below, because if anyone falls below 30% of their max HP, the party will get KO'd, and it would be the main party, not the entire 6-man party. And it is a guaranteed hit. The Lufenia orb will appear while the red aura is up and goes away once the blue aura appears. Now, the dangerous attack will happen during its blue aura, and it is a guaranteed hit that increases Brave before its attack, then deals a 10-hit AoE melee Brave plus an AoE HP attack that deals split HP damage. Now we're going to jump into the recommended characters, and again, this was done by myself and some of the other content creators and one of my mods as well in my Discord server. So some of the BT units that we recommend that players use to make this fight bearable. Garnet, the obvious choice, DPS to support. We have tanks with Zac and Snow. Snow, of course, being the featured BT for this event, and Zac. Zac will actually be very good for this fight because of that immortality, but at the same time though, you want to make sure that he does not fall below 30%. So you want to make sure that you have some very solid healing, you have some very solid HP overflow to make sure that he does not fall below it, because regardless of his BT effect making him immortal, he will still take that dangerous attack or the guaranteed attack if he does fall below 30%. So you want to make sure to keep him healed up. But regardless of that con for Zac, the pro is going to be that he will be able to take on those AoE HP attacks, so that way nobody else will have their HP reduced. Laguna is a very good one for this fight because of that gold debuff, being able to do a certain amount of HP damage based on his attack stats. So having him being able to inflict that onto the enemies and then maybe like switched out for whatever character you had before would be a pretty good idea. Ramza and Kyrian, obviously their auras would be very good for this fight. Yuna for cleansing because again, the bigger boss does inflict you with some very annoying debuffs, so having some type of cleansing, whether it be a character on your team that will prevent it or be able to clear it up for you, or call abilities will help out in getting rid of those things. And then Vaughn, being a DPS unit, I mean, it's Vaughn. There's really not much more that I can say. It's Vaughn. And of course there are other BT units that you could use within this fight, but we're not going to be covering every single character. Now, when it comes to LD units, Leon can actually reduce the Fog Boss dangerous attack because of those multiple Brave hits that it deals. So it will pretty much absorb the Brave hits that it tries to hit you with. Lena is an excellent choice for this fight, one that I use for my first run for this event, because she will provide a buff to your team, including herself, that will prevent any debuffs from being inflicted. Layla, evasion, and she does have the turn shenanigans as well, so that can be convenient for you. Alphanard will be able to avoid team breaks and does have HP poison with that frame debuff. Maria, the trap debuffs for heals. Remember, she is able to shave Brave before the enemy deals any type of attack with that trap debuff, and it will also heal you as well. So having her on the team will actually be pretty convenient, or just in general in your 6-man team. Porm is really good for this fight as well because of the healing and the HP overflow. Very, very convenient to have as well. Fang, that dazed debuff, a very solid debuff. One that, you know, I feel like should not be overlooked. Osceola, very good to have in this fight. HP silence, and you also have that capacity break debuff as well. Freya and Kayn, I mean, attacks from the air. I mean, that's really all that I need to say. Freya, on the other hand, though, she does battery the party and she does heal. Even if it's a very tiny heal, it's still some type of healing that she will be able to provide with the party whenever she attacks on the air. Sid Reigns, he's a magical DPS. Remember, his attacks are magical, and depending on the position of the bigger boss, if they are weak to magic, then Sid Reigns will be able to deal some pretty good damage. Katif for support, and of course with his LD ability, being able to get that additional Brave in between HP attacks would be nice. Core, very good for off-turn, core plus off-turn units would be very nice to have on the team, so that way, you know, be able to try to shave off some of the brave from the enemy. We'll be able to deal additional attacks onto the enemy, etc., etc. And then LD only tank, excuse me, Owen, Gladio. I forgot to put Bosch on here as well. Bosch is actually really good for this fight as well. So and like I said, we can go on with all the other characters, but these are some of the characters that popped into our minds while we were talking about some of the characters we were wanting to recommend. And then finally, recommended calls. So Ferris is very good for this one because she's able to inflict debuffs, and she also dispels enemy buffs with her first call ability. And she, funny enough, she is actually featured on the first Mayfair banner that just released last night as I'm recording this video. So Ferris's call ability will be very convenient to have. Vanille should be able to dispel buffs from the enemy. Shulk removes all debuffs from the caller, but it will also remove all of the buffs. That's a typo right there, but it will be able to remove all buffs from the enemy. So that's actually a pretty convenient call. Yuna, Penelo, Balthier, Theodore, and Payne, they will be able to, they have the ability to be able to cleanse your party from any debuffs. Poem, Lilithset, and Hope, they do have heals, and they also have HP overflow. And then finally, Rude, Rem, Queen, Aiko, and Mog, those are healing call abilities that you can use as well. And again, there are other call abilities that you could probably use for this fight, but these are just some of the ones that we thought about while we were in voice chat. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Hopefully this information was helpful to you guys, and if you guys want to add anything else down in the comment section below, you are more than welcome to. And with that being said, that's gonna be it. So take care. Thank you to those who joined me in my doing voice chat, some of the other content creators, and one of my mods for helping me out with these slides. So yeah, take care, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.